Hello and welcome to the second webinar of Brave New Worlds project, Innovative Education Tools for Training and Teaching People with Special Learning Disorders. We are having today our second webinar of a set of webinars that we have organized for this project. This one is related with augmented reality. My name is Gregorio Cañabate. I'm Innovation Manager for European projects. And I'm very happy to be here for moderate this webinar. You can see the agenda that we have today. We have a very interesting agenda focused on augmented reality to mitigate the specific learning disorders in school education. The agenda for today, we are going to have an overview of the project that we have last week, a deep overview, but just an introduction from our coordinator. And after that, we are going to see the augmented reality toolkit that we have developed under the framework of this project. We are very happy because we have today a very special guest, which is 3D Bear, one of the apps that we have selected to use within this project. And they will talk about their experience by using the augmented reality in classroom. After that, we will have a success case from the Spanish school, which is called Cruz de Piedra. And they will talk about the experience of using augmented reality and also 3D printing within this project. After that, we will have time for a round table with everybody on board. I will launch a few questions to them, and we will open the round table to the people that is attending the webinar. So thank you very much for being here. I would like to introduce you to Beata Mintus, which is the project coordinator of Collegium Balticum. She is responsible for coordinating international projects, and also she coordinates she's involved in the creation of international networks and of institutions supporting innovation and education. She is the coordinator of this project. And I would like to give the work to Beata to give you an introduction about Brave New Worlds.
Thank you, Gregorio, for your welcoming and introducing me to this webinar. As Gregorio said, can you see my screen? Just the confirmation. Yes, okay. I would like to also welcome all of you for our second webinar. For those who were with us the last week, thank you for being us today. For those who are new, as Gregorio said, my name is Beata Mintus, and I had the pleasure to coordinate this project, the Brave New Worlds project from Collegium Balticum, which the project was implemented with 3 more organizations, which I would also like to introduce in my presentation. I would like to very briefly present our project, our aim, our results we developed so far, and after give the floor for the main core point of our today meeting about augmented reality, because I know that you are very interested of that topic. So I would like to, at the beginning, remind you that today is the second webinar, but ahead of us is still 2 webinars. The third webinar, which will take place in the next week, will be about the experience of using 3D printing and augmented reality with the people with the special learning disorders. A concentrate of the results of our project, and our last webinar will be about the 3D printing technology. So, about our project, which we were working on it during the last years, that the project was approved and funded by Erasmus Plus program. It was the section for the adult education. The duration of our project, it was the 30 months. So we start our initiatives in the 1st of November 2019, and we are supposed to finish the 30th of April 2022. And our partnership in our consortium was established with 4 partners. Our university was the coordinator of this project. but in cooperation with our partners from Italy, Spain, and Bulgaria, we developed our results, which we planned at the beginning of the project. Right now, about our mission and the main project objective, of course, our main goal and main aim was to introduce to educators, to teachers, to people who are working with the students and with the people with the special learning disorders, two technologies. The first technology was the 3D printing, and the other one was the augmented reality. We try to increase the quality of education path to for those who are working with the people with the special learning disorders. We of course try to create the very innovative activities and exercises for those who are eager to use those technologies. And of course, we promote augmented reality and 3D printing technologies in the learning process of the people with the special learning disorders. About our target group, because our project was dedicated from the few phases. In the first phase, we developed the methodology, we developed some toolkits and the methodological guides for the teachers and the educators, special educators. But one of our core points was the pilot phase of our exercises from the 3D printing and from the augmented reality. So in accompagny of the institution, like Cruz de Piedra School from Spain, the Center for People with Special Educational Needs in Russe, with SIDA, and two organizations from Poland, School and Education Center #2 in Szczecin and Sense Therapy Center. We provided our pilot phase. We piloted our exercises for the 3D printing and augmented reality. And thanks their feedback, we checked that all those our activities which we developed so far are suitable for the people with the special learning disorders. So how we achieved our goals. The first step was the development of the guide for teachers, which they are working with the special learning disorders people about the augmented reality and the 3D printing. The second one was the analysis and identification of the 3D printing and augmented reality most suitable technologies for the special education. Of course, for our last webinar, you could see what kind of technologies we use and we choose. In this webinar, you will see what kind of tools and what kind of most suitable technologies we choose for the augmented reality, because this webinar is about the augmented reality topic. The third phase was to develop a methodology for the creating new 3D printing and augmented reality exercises for people with the special learning disorders, which was connected with our fourth phase, that we creating a set of exercises, 10 for the 3D printing and 10 for the augmented reality technology, which we are sharing within our website and during our multiplayer events, which we are planning to do in March and April. And training of teacher and piloting testing for the toolkit. As I said before, we did our pilot phase. We organized the pilot phase with our associated partners, and we practice our exercises, our new exercises, just to check that all of them, they are suitable for the people with the special learning disorders. And right now we were in a final phase. It's a set of webinar to open the dialogue about the special learning disorders, about the special educational needs, about those technologies which we promoted in our project. And it's really important to underline that, of course, for the augmented reality, we also developed the toolkit, which introduce you more the technology and help you to use and organize it within your classes. I would like to also show you and underline to not forget that we developed and all of our output and results and our progress in the project is already all info you can find on our project www.bravenewwords.infoproject.eu. So if you are, if you would like to use our results, our intellectual output, you are really welcome on our website. You can download all of the activities, the toolkits, and also the methodologies, and also the guidelines which we created, as same as the exercises and description of the exercises which we developed in our project. So I would like to right now finish my presentation, because this is the just introduction. Just remind those who were with us the last week and those who are with us today. Our main aim was the developing and maybe build a more interesting pathway for the education, the special education. So within this 30 months, we were working mostly with the two technologies, and right now I would like to give the floor for our colleagues that will introduce you more the augmented reality, and the other speakers will talk more about how to use it, how to develop it in your classes, in your institutions. Thank you very much for your attendance, and thank you very much for this time. And right now I will stop to share the screen.
Thank you, Beata. I would like to. Can you unmute? I would like to introduce you to Marta Alonso, which is a technical architect, and she has a postgraduate degree in architectural heritage. She has extensive experience in drafting and developing architectural projects. Currently, she is working in DIVERS as a project manager. She's monitoring the quality assurance of the project, and also has developed and lead the toolkit of the exercises in augmented reality. So please, Marta, we would like to see your work here.
Yes, I'm going to share my screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
Now?
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So welcome to everybody. I'm Marta. I'm from Spain, and I'm from SpLD. On this short presentation, I would like to introduce you our augmented reality toolkit that we have created under development of this project. Our toolkit for creating content with augmented reality technologies and using the content created is one of the documents that we have created during the development of the Brain New World project. The aim of this document is to create a support and a training document that will help both teachers, trainers, or educators and students involved in this project to learn how to use the selected tools and to implement the exercises developed. Where can you find this document? For sure is in our website that Beata said. I'm going to show you how can you find it. Now, can you see my screen now? Yes, no?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. The website, can you see it?
No, the website, no.
We see the slides.
Okay. I'm not sure how to do it.
You have to stop the sharing and redo it, but screen, not the software.
Okay. Okay, now here in the website, you have to go to results, and in the intellectual output 2, you have the last entry with the IO2 A6 Augmented Reality Toolkit. This document is available on the 5 languages from our partners. Now to share the screen again, I have to do the same, Jacqueline. Okay, Jacqueline, I cannot hear you.
You're with the slides once again. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're sharing the window, not the screen. So once you want to change, you have to stop the sharing and redo it. But if you do the screen, you don't need to do it.
Okay, perfect.
You're welcome.
With the selected tools, after testing different apps, the consortium of this project have selected 2 apps as the most suitable for working with people with special learning disorders. The first one is Augmented Class. This app allows you to create augmented reality exercises that display different virtual elements using markers or triggers. In this case, our markers are going to be a set of cars that we have developed, and the virtual elements that we have used are the image, 3D model, and audio files. And the other app selected is 3D Bear. This app allows you to create scenes using 3D models displayed on the surrounding environment, and this app don't need markers or triggers. The 3D models, some of them even can include movement and sound. Regarding to the 3D VR tool, in our toolkit, on one side, you will find the information about this app as well as the download links. And on the other side, you can find a guide to help you to use this application. The toolkit has been divided into the following sections. The first one is the environment and the characteristics of the app. It explains the main controls that can be found in the app: the home, the browser, add the scenes, user profiles, and lessons. The other section of the toolkit is create a classroom. It explains you how teachers or trainers can create a class in the premium version and how to add to the students to that class. Other section of our toolkit, according to 3D VR, is the create scenes. It explains to you how to start adding objects to the scene and how to place and move them and how to edit them, because you can change the color, the texture, size, or shape, and also you can rotate, duplicate, group, animate all the models. And finally, save and share scenes. In this section is explained how to save the scenes like a picture or like a video. On this project, 3 exercises has been developed with this app. And to use these exercises, just 2 resources are required: the template that defines the general aspects of the exercise, and the lesson plan that is a document with a set of instructions for implementing the exercise in the app and conducting the session. All of these exercises are uploaded in the website, like I showed you before, on the results section in the intellectual output to the augmented reality exercises. And to finish with the 3D VR explanation, I'm going to explain you how can you use these exercises. The steps to follow for using these exercises is simple. The first one is the teachers or the trainers will follow the established lesson plan. They will introduce to the students the exercise and will give them the necessary guidelines and instructions and show them the examples for a correct understanding. The second one is the students will create their own scenes according to the teacher's instructions. They will have the freedom to choose the 3D models that follow the established rules and will be able to make use of their imagination thanks to the creative freedom that offers this app. According to Augmented Class, on our toolkit, on one side, you will find also the information about the app and the download links, and from the other side, a guide to help you to use this application. The toolkit has been divided in 5 sections. The first one is the environment and characteristics. It explains you each of the sections in which the app is divided, but the more important are multimedia, viewer, and inventor. The second section is prepare material. It explains the resources and the files needed to start to create your own exercises. The third section is create content. From inventor section. It explains how to create your own exercise. You can do it in a simple way with only one marker, or you can do it in a more complex way with several markers, 4 maximum. This fourth section is how to send content. It is done from the inventor section too. And in the section, it explains how to send the exercises created to our storage device, or maybe to our Google Drive, or even to send it to other people. And finally, the import content. We will return to this section because first I would like to explain you more about the exercises created with this app. With this app, we have created 8 exercises. And to use these exercises are required 3 resources. The Atlas extension file, the template defined in the aspects, and for sure the markers to display the augmented reality. You can find all of this information in our website in the same place, in the output to augmented reality exercises. And here you have the list of the exercises developed. Maybe you think that the exercises with augmented class are going to be more difficult to implement, but don't worry, because the only thing that you need to use our exercises is going to be the markers and to know how to import the Atlas files into your devices. I'm going to show you how can you prepare the app and the documents to use this augmented class app. First of all, you have to find the Atlas files that you want to use. On the website, here you have the list of the exercises. So, for example, the English alphabet is one of the augmented class 1. There, you have to go to Atlas files and download the document that you want to use. After that, you have to start the app and click on the viewer. Then when you are in the viewer screen, you have to click on import, and a new window will open where you have to select load and access to storage of your device, or maybe to your Google Drive. You have to select the file and load. Then when you have the file load in your app, you have the miniature of this exercise, and you have to select it and click on view AR. And then when you focus to the correct marker, the content created is going to appear. And that was all about our toolkit. Thank you for your attention, and don't forget to take a look to our toolkit and our exercises in the website. And for sure, if you have any question, you have my mail, and I will be very happy to help you. And that was all.
Thank you, Marta.
Welcome.
Very interesting. I think you should go to the website and download the toolkit. Marta, I made, and it is a great work, Marta. I would like now to introduce you to 3DVR. Is our guest today, special guest. 3DVR builds augmented reality learning environments where the pedagogy is the first. They have developed over 400 virtual reality and augmented reality projects globally in many fields of studies. when developing the virtual and augmented reality environments, the needs of the students are always the first. And augmented reality environments, they think that are highly suitable for special needs students. With us, we have Sarah Kakkonen, who is she's the marketing and customer success manager of 3D Bear, and Jussi Kajala, who is the co-founder of and CEO of 3D Bear. Very welcome. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Gregoria. It's our utmost pleasure to be here with you today. Like Grego introduced, my name is Jussi. I'm the CEO and co-founder of 3D Bear. Fun fact about myself, I never learned to whistle. And with me is Sarah Kakkonen, our marketing lead. And fun fact about Sarah loves do-it-yourself home renovating.
Surprising.
So
nice to be here.
Let's get started. Let me just share my screen. And can you confirm that you see what I'm presenting at the moment?
Yes.
Fantastic. So we are 3D Bear. We believe that with help of 3D technology, we can make learning more effective. We can help students with special needs or learning disorders to learn better, quicker, and with better results. So that's us. In the middle, you see our application, which is the first app to creating any 3D worlds. All of the kind of creations you see there are augmentations that our users have created using 3D Bear. We are a Finnish company, proudly European. We have companies also, offices also in New York and Bangalore. We have a standing team of 10 people, and we're really happy to be here today and part of the Brave New Worlds project. Some other facts about our background. So if you search, for example, Apple's remote learning collection anywhere in the world on App Store, you write remote learning, you'll find 3D Bear app there in the middle. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation selected us to be top 8 company for education in XR in the world. And our ideology is that we help our customers and partners to build the learning content using XR for whatever they need. And we do this by giving them so easy tools that they can create the content themselves. So that's 3D Bear. And Sarah will tell you a little bit about use cases next.
Sure. Thank you, Jussi. As Grego already mentioned, so altogether we have done over 400 XR cases with different customers from different fields, but this special needs students is one major and important target group for us. And here you can see already some examples. On the right, you can see AR being used with art. And of course, we also do many VR projects, as you can see here. But we have customers both in Finland and globally. And a couple of words about why AR solutions are so important for special needs students. So first of all, the students can feel much stronger about themselves and get the self-efficacy better. And of course, overall, these are really great way to get the support needed for these students. And of course, AR and definitely AR is a good way to get excitement and motivation to the students. But this environment is also very safe to start practicing things. So both socially, so you don't have to feel the social pressure when doing the exercises, but also it's a great way to start learning by making mistakes, and still it doesn't matter. And here are a couple points. Why is AR so good for the students? with learning disorders. So first of all, the students can interact with the environment and be creative. And as some students learn better, for example, visually, these kind of students really flourish when using AR. And of course, the creation is the highest form of learning, and AR is all about creation.
Thanks, Sara. Then a couple of words about the Brave New Worlds project in our perspective. So we helped the educators in this project to create new learning paths for students with special learning disorders and AR. We trained the participating educators to use AR and provided our lesson plan template to help with planning the lessons. There were 2 training sessions, and we also thought about what kind of lessons we want to build, and had a co-development part about thinking, ideating about the lesson content. So we facilitated this training and workshop part in the project. And as Marta already mentioned, 3 lessons were developed that use 3D Bear with this project, and template how the lessons are best run in classroom with students with learning disorders and others. I just want to say a couple of words about the lessons itself, as I don't know if all the participants know the story. So you know Spy with My Little Eye. So for example, in this picture, I can say I spy with my little eye something red. What is it, Sara?
It's a water bottle.
No, it's the dice.
Oh yeah, true.
Right, but you get the idea. And the same game you can play in augmented reality. So you can make a collage of objects in this AR, and then students learn to name them in the real context. And that's, I think, really powerful for kinesthetic and visual learners. So this technology helps in understanding and naming in context. Then there was this Tell a Turnip or Wheat Bread story, and we found overall that augmented reality is great for digital storytelling. So it's a tool for telling stories, sharing your visions come true. It kind of make curriculum come alive in a way. So if you have a children's story, you can build it yourself in augmented reality. So for example, in this Tell a Turnip story, there's, a turnip, and it grows so big that, the grandpa cannot alone kind of lift it up, and then comes the grandma, and then comes the kids, and, students build these scenes with all of these different parts of the story, create a collage of them, and then present them. And it helps them to learn presentation skills in a really creative way. And that's powerful for kinesthetic and visual learners, because sometimes, if they're asked to read this story aloud from a book, that's a really difficult exercise for them. But if you can then build them themselves using 3D models, it becomes easy. So that's what I spoke in the beginning with Sara, that this technology really helps, makes it more effective for these use cases. And I'm really happy and proud that the educators in this project made these lessons, and now they're publicly available to anybody, and we can do anything in our power to support that the use will spread throughout Europe and beyond. There's a couple of other projects that I want to mention. There's the Juniper project with the Finnish National Agency of Education that we were part of, and this was for social and emotional learning connected with AR. So in this project, we helped students to voice their emotions, and I think that's another really powerful use case of AR. And we want to also briefly mention the Erasmus Plus with the Spectrum project, which is just starting. And Sara, do you want to say something about that?
Sure. We are really happy to be part of this project too. So in this project, we are building AR, between AR and VR learning content for autism spectrum disorder students. So very interesting topic, and we are as a partner to this one to facilitate the process of creating the content. And the main idea is to do exercises to support the social and emotional skills learning. And here, of course, we have many great partners from different countries as well.
So that's it. And let's finish off with our process of how to create these virtual learning environments with VR and AR. So basically, our whole idea as a company is to help anyone to build any AR, VR lessons, simulations for teaching really easy using tools, not only ours, but sometimes other tools. Like I think that the great example in this project was this augmented classroom, and it's really nice tool that you have taken into use. We didn't help you taking it into use, but we gladly partner in projects where there are also other tools, not just ours, to the maximum effect. So that's us. Thank you for listening, and big clap also to Brave New Worlds project for facilitating this. Thank you.
Thank you, Jussi and Sara. Last but not least, we have here Maria Jesus Perez Quiles, okay, that she has taken part during the pilot stage in Spain. She has a degree in primary and kindergarten education. She has a master's degree in e-learning and knowledge management and has more than 10 years of experience in teaching. So it's it's a teacher in dealing with all these issues day per day. She currently teaches in Cruz de Piedra Primary and Secondary School in Jumilla, Spain. Maria Jesus, just you to say hello, because you are going to be part of the round table, because your experience is very welcome, and you have developed a very nice video that we are going to display today about your experience with Brave New Worlds in your school. So let me include the audio and show the video that Maria Jesus has developed. Can you see the video and listen?
Yes.
Perfect. So go ahead.
A ver, dilo. Y... Muy bien.
Thank you very much. Very nice video. A big clap to Maria Jesus. And I would like to start the round table with you, Maria Jesus. A very easy one. How was the experience of applying the project in general in the classroom?
Hello everyone, my name is Maria Jesus. I'm from Spain. I teach at Cruz de Guedra School, and our experience was amazing as it gave us the opportunity to bring new techniques, methodologies, resources into classrooms, especially new technology and multisensory materials, which are very, very engaging for our students, especially for our students with special needs. So I would like to thank Gregorio and Marta for choosing us for texting the exercise, for doing the pilot phase, because I think this marked a new era at my school, because everyone here hears about augmented reality or 3D printing, but it's not always easy to have a course that teaches you how to implement in classrooms. As you gave us the lesson plans, it was very easy for us. The applications were very, very easy too, and my students are very, very, very happy. We take the books apart, and then we try new techniques, and it was awesome for us. For me and for the 15 teachers that went to the course with you.
Thank you very much, Maria Jesus. I would like to ask, okay, I see Marta was teaching the teachers there, then you implemented the different exercises in your school. They would like to ask here the people involved in the project and also 3DVR who has experience on that. For example, the applicability of augmented reality, because we have seen you have researched in the last stage with preschool, no?
Yes.
Because the project was focused on primary school and secondary school, I guess, but you started researching with the preschool.
Yes, once I had all the information about 3D printing and augmented reality, I gave the opportunity to all my students at school to learn with these tools. So I teach in kindergarten too, and kids are very, 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 they are always moving and they need new attractions. So I thought that it was a new possibility to enter 3D printing as they are starting reading. They are starting with phonics, and 3D printing is very good, and augmented reality more. I mean, augmented reality too. So I would like to continue with more augmented reality in kindergarten education. I would like to do it.
What do you think, Jussi and Sarah, in using augmented reality? Do you have experience in using also with kids more younger than?
Yes, indeed. The youngest users we've had are like 4-year-old. There's obviously the question that, how much do you want to have digital tools for the youngest kids? And there's a balance that needs to be considered there. But very good examples of use in these early years is, for example, visualizing scale. What is big? What is small? because you can make these objects bigger and smaller, or taller or shorter. So that's been very visual exercise, and it also helps to drive home these concepts better, because with the physical objects, you cannot obviously make them bigger or smaller, but with these virtual objects, you can. So you can show the difference immediately. So that's very palpable that way. And digital storytelling has been really nice. So, and especially kind of when the kids create themselves. So usually it works like that, that there's an instructor or person of the staff in a kindergarten teacher, and she or he kind of shows the scene to kids, and they can, you know, say that I want to have a fox, and then you put fox on the scene, and where is the fox? Fox is in the forest, and you make forest. What does the fox do? And then you can kind of learn principles of storytelling. So then you go, you know, our stories had a character and a setting and an action. So that's how we made the story come together. And as you build it together, it's really nice.
And Gregorio, if I would like to say something about our short feedback from our associated partners, because our associated partners in Brave New Worlds project was most of the students and the teachers from the SENSE, which is the Sensory Therapeutic Center. And 100% of children which took a part in the pilot phase was the autistic one. And most of the exercises for the augmented reality, they visualize them, the topic of the lesson on the classes. And from the feedback from teachers is that it was a very, very positive of both technologies, but those which the students can visualize also using, because the most of the children from the school need a kind of alternative communication tools, and introducing the 3D printing and augmented reality was very efficient for their work. And right now they are using our exercises in their daily work life. So from the teachers, from Polish associated partners was really surprising, and also were really interesting of using it in a more period of time. Not just for the pilot phase, but they are download right now the 3D beer. The teachers download the 3D beer application, and also as augmented classes, and they are using it.
Oh, that is very nice. And so you think for autism there is a space there, no, to support this target group as well. And you commented something very interesting, which is the limits of the technology with children very young. I agree as well. No, you have to be careful with that. But I guess there is a space of including those technologies, no? And what do you think? This is a question for everyone here. Is the next steps here, no? Now with technologies in general, but augmented reality in particular. But also, I think for Maria Jesus also, you didn't test it with special learning disorder students, or you think you can use for general purposes? How was the experience?
As the lesson plans were designed for the special need disorders, firstly, I tried with students with special needs. But after that, all the students were asking me, teacher, I want to play too, I want to play too. And I need to be... You
open the hand, no? As we say in Spain.
Yes, yes. So I think, especially for students with special needs, as they need more support, and for kinesthetic and visual students, as they are always moving, and the new technologies keep up concentrated, and also for kindergarten education, as I told you before. So I think this is open for...
Okay, thank you, Maria Jesus. I think we are running out of time. Open the questions from the people who is attending the webinar. I think there is, if you have any questions there. have Alexia.
Yeah, it's not a question, but we test also the exercise together with our associated partners, SIDA. SIDA is an association that is dealing with different kind of special learning disorders, but also with students with disability, cognitive and motor disability from different age. And they test the exercises also, and they confirm all the affirmation that you already said. So I think that this project could also be run in a new part, in a new follow-up, including also other kind of target group, not only for the ones that we already with the ones that we already test, but to open to different kind of disorders and also target of children, not only the kindergarten, but also, for example, students from the vet school, because this kind of exercise are useful for everybody. As SIDA experts always say, not only children as special learning disorders, but also there are a lot of people like 30 years old or 40 years old that they didn't know that they have special learning disorder. At this kind of exercise and this kind of technologies could be useful also for them.
Thank you. Any other question to the speakers? Antonio, Fernando Gonçalves, please.
Antonio Gonçalves, how are you? Sorry for entering late. I had a thing, but I saw last week. I saw the presentation from Beata and Anna, and I saw the application. As I saw it was amazing. So I installed it in my phone. I had special needs in my classroom. I'm responsible in my school for the special needs integration. So I tested it this week. I installed it in 10 devices, 10 Android devices, and 10 iPhone devices, iOS devices, tablets and phones, and I gave them to 10 of my kids. They are from 40 to 19 years old with special needs kids. And I told them, look, go with the devices in our school and tell us a story. So they took the devices and they went to the school to take photos from one chose the wolf, the other one, most of them like the animals, and the balloon. They love the balloon outside to put the big balloon. And then I gave them 15 minutes and I told them, then come back to the classroom, send it by mail, because they already know how to do it, and you are going to tell me your story. And it went amazing. They were motivated. They did everything alone without supervision, and they just make the activity in congratulations, because it's very well built, and I think it's very well developed, and we will certainly give it to other schools so they start working on it in our area. Okay, so thank you very much. I think it's very good your project.
You're very welcome, and it's nice to hear good feedback from out of the project partners as well, because of course the project partners like the project. I guess it's not always like that, but the feeling of the project is that everybody likes the results, and not only the project partners but also the other stakeholders. Is there any other question there? It's 4 o'clock in Central European Time. So if there is no further question, I would like to thank the participants for being here, especially 3D Bear, but also the participant of Revenue Wars project. Thank you for inviting me to be here as well. And I would like to close the meeting if there is no further question. Thank you. Have a good weekend. I hope you start the weekend if you don't work tomorrow or this evening. And thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you also. Have a wonderful weekend.
Nice weekend. See you.
Bye. See you next week.
Thank you very much. Nice weekend.
Bye. Nice weekend.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.